This is a movie.
Keep repeating. It's only a movie. Only a movie. Only a movie.
I love movies. Gosh, I love movies.
Listen to the Matt and Mark Movie Show.
I have horrible allergies, even though I'm taking medication.
Hey,
so I'm
me too,
probably
dude.
Gonna be like
Allergy
sniffing
Brothers.
the whole fucking time.
I'm on a steady diet of Claritin. I'm not kidding. Prescription nasal spray and Nasacort.
Damn, that's like you got all bases covered.
And I have Visine, allergy Visine. I put in my eyes. That's what I need
You're
to
basically
function.
made out of chemicals.
Yeah, you know how what is in the body? Remember they taught us that as kids? Like your body is 70% water. I am at least 50% allergy chemicals.
Claritin.
Yep, I'm made out of pure Claritin, dude. That's what you got to do, dude. That's what you got to do. You know what's stupid? So I went away, right? I went away to Carmel by the Sea, where Clint Eastwood used to be the mayor. And
shit.
and it's like this little seaside town. It's really cute. And I spent the weekend there. And dude, my allergies were gone. They were fucking non-existent because even though the pollen was up and it's springtime, I was by the fucking ocean. I was by the Pacific Ocean. I could breathe. It was like my favorite part of my vacation was that I felt like a human being. That was literally my favorite. The minute I got back into the Bay Area, like inland, allergies returned instantly.
Wait, so if you're by the seaside, there's less allergies?
Correct. Well, no, not less allergies. Your body will react less because there's all the air is too damp. The shit's not in the
shit.
air. That's what you need to do, dude. You need to go to the beach, brother. Then
Yeah,
your
I know.
shit'll get all cleaned out.
I don't have beach skin or a beach body. That's the problem.
Dude, don't worry. No one else on the beach has a beach body. That's what I have learned. Everyone is fat or scrawny.
Body is a beach body.
As the producer in the booth says, everybody is a beach body, and I'm here to double down and tell you, it's mostly fatties.
I thought she was going to
Nobody-
say everybody's a beach ball.
Nobody gives a shit. That's the cool thing. I'm fat, and nobody gives a shit. If you're at the beach, everybody else is fat too, and nobody gives a shit. Because we've all collectively given up. And that's okay. You know what I mean? It's actually kind of comforting. So it doesn't
Actually
matter,
sounds
dude.
nice.
You can just go to the beach and just be. Just be.
Damn. All right. I think
If
I will.
anything, you might be a little out of character because they'll be like, holy shit, a skinny guy. What are we going to do with him? Right?
Kill him.
Don't you know this is Fat Beach?
It's like nude beach, fat beach, regular beach.
You're like, I don't want to remove my clothing. I'm super skinny. Where am I supposed to go? Which crowd am I going to anger now?
By the way, would you or are you comfortable at nude beaches?
Fuck no, dude. Are you joking?
You
I
just
don't
said
even-
no one cared. You lied.
Okay,
to me.
no one cares about fat people is what I'm saying. Nudity is fucking different. I
So
care.
you go to the t-shirt beach.
I go to the jort beach where it's fat and jorts. You ever seen Arrested Development? It's like the Never Nudes, where they pull the underwear off, but there's still the jorts underneath. Would you go to a nude beach? No.
No.
Yeah, neither would I.
It would be. I would be embarrassed. I wouldn't want to see I don't even look at myself naked.
I'm right
I
there.
don't even
with you.
want other people to see that.
Yeah, dude.
I take a shit through my underwear.
Also, I would feel awkward looking at other naked people.
Ding dongs. Oh,
Not just ding dongs, just everything. Like, I don't want to see things. You know what I mean? I just don't want to
Yeah.
see stuff at the nude beach. I'd rather go to
what
the
are all
fat
these
beach.
flesh sacks doing on this?
Right. I don't want to see all your moles and hairs and shit. I don't want to know you that way. You know what I mean? I'm just here for some fun in the sun, man. I want to play No Doubt on the little MP3 speaker, and I want to just look at the waves. That's what I want. I don't want to look at your business.
It's It's not even Bluetooth.
It's not Bluetooth.
You have to like attach it to your
Mhm.
computer with a wire
dude.
and drop songs.
I'm
onto it.
I'm literally pulling a laptop along with the MP3 speaker connected. It's in the sand. Seagulls fight over it. Dude,
shit.
how long does it feel every time we say this every time, but every time we take like a week off or something, it feels like we've been gone for 6 months.
I thought like I hadn't seen you in a year. I'm like, is it
feels like that.
2025?
Are you interested in nude beaches yet? Nope, still the answer is no. Welcome back, everybody, to the Matt and Mark Movie Show. We were off last week because life happened, and then I decided to go away. I went to Carmel by the sea, which is a lovely little seaside town, and I'm back now, and so are my allergies.
That was the oldest man thing I've ever heard.
You like that?
To the old town that Clint Eastwood was the mayor at.
Dude,
I had no allergies there.
it's sweet. Look, listen, I'm going to tell you something. It is literally what you think it is. It's like retirees, well-to-do Europeans, and like tech bros. That's what Carmel is. I go less for the people and more for the sea air. And it's Clint Eastwood's town. Even though he's not the mayor anymore, there's like Eastwood's building. Eastwood has like different restaurants, and then just like at Disneyland, you look around, you find the hidden Mickeys. There are like hidden Mickey shapes everywhere. There are hidden Clint Eastwoods in Carmel. I fucking posted a picture. I found a hidden Clint Eastwood, like a stenciled like tile of a Clint Eastwood Dirty Harry, like stuck randomly somewhere.
Oh,
And I was
wow.
like, I think there are Clint Eastwoods all over this town.
That's kind of cool. That'd be funny if he put that law into place.
I need to have. I gotta have these images of myself from my.
Wow, that doesn't even sound like him. Shit.
You still do. You're the only guy I know our age that does a proper Clint Eastwood. Start on ass.
Start on Earth.
Were there a lot of women with giant butts there?
only
That's
on
the
the
only reason
only
why
at
I
the
could
PHAT
think of
Beach.
Clint Eastwood.
Dude, I was there.
Hey, there's
And I
Clint
could-
Eastwood at the PHAT Beach. He's got his
And-
binoculars.
Right when you walk out onto the beach, dude, you hear this, right? Sometimes you hear the ocean whoosh, washing, weaving, right? You hear the seagulls. And then you hear this, dude. You hear the sounds of Clint.
Yes.
Tenderly,
So,
Whoa, Jesus.
story
hey, hey,
is
and then
nothing more
nothing more at my PHAT
of
Beach.
what you've done. It will become.
Don't feed the seagulls
Strong, really long
because
in your skin.
they poop all over.
Gentle now.
It costs $900 a night for a hotel here. I'd advise
Wait, is
you-
it an expensive place? It strikes me as one.
It is it's pricey. It's pricey. This is coming from someone
It
who
sounds
loves
pricey.
I love theme parks, you know me, and I don't care. I'll just spend money because I'm irresponsible. But this is expensive even for me. I was like, Jesus. Lucky
It's more expensive than
Lucky for
HHN.
me, my rich uncle died, and he left me a bunch of money so I could go to Carmel for the weekend. So thank you.
You blew your entire inheritance just
Thanks,
going for a
thanks
weekend.
Uncle Abe. I worked my ass off for this.
Did somebody say ass?
You must start on ass.
He's playing the piano in the lobby of your hotel.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome. You'd be like, I truly am here at Carmel.
It's like, wow,
You're like-
this is an authentic experience.
Who's that guy? Like, that's the mayor.
Why are these people jumping off their balconies in the hotel? This is a really sad sack song, though.
It's a super sad sack song. And ironically, I was in Carmel and I did not see a single Gran Torino. No one was driving a Gran Torino.
That's
And if you get that joke, you're my kind of motherfucker. That's all I'll say.
and you're really old.
And you're and that's why you old. You old and I'm old.
You old as shit.
You old as goddamn shit. Hey, really quick. Find us on the socials at the Matt and Mark Movie Show on Instagram, on TikTok, but TikTok's not going to be around much longer. Check us out on
right.
on YouTube. Like and subscribe to our content there, if you please. It's a small way you can help support this show by following us on YouTube and subscribing. You can also I always forget to do this. We have merch, people. Go check out our merch. The link is in the show notes. Get some merch. And if you want to support us and get access to exclusive content, you can do that on our Patreon. Patreon.com/The Matt and Mark Movie Show. Once again, the link is in the goddamn show notes. Mark, this week,
Yes, sir.
we will be reviewing Abigail, the new film. So I found out recently, I should know this because I usually keep up with all my directors. So this team, who we've covered some of their movies before because they did Scream 5 and Scream 6.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. They even have some of the cast members too, right?
That is correct. Their names are Matt Bettinelli-Olpin and Tyler Gillette, but they are known collectively as Radio Silence. They're like a directing team. Remember that back in the day with like music videos and like the early aughts? You had like directing teams and they had like crazy names like, this is MK12.
Yeah.
These guys are called Fancy Lads or whatever. They're awesome directing team. Well, we have a directing team. It still exists. They're called Radio Silence. And this movie actually starts a Radio Silence film, which I actually thought was kind of cool.
I like that comeback. And then you also have Daniels too. So
Oh, right. Daniels.
two of them.
That's right. Good call on that. Yeah, Daniels as well. They count. I'm trying to think if there's any other directing teams. I think those are it, right? We just have two operating right now at a movie level.
Yeah.
Oh,
exactly.
music for sure. But in
Tom
movies,
and Andy.
oh yeah, Tom and Dandy. I used to think it was Tom and Dandy, but it's Tom and Andy. I like their music, dude. Their score for Rules of Attraction is good.
Oh, and of course, what was that one? The Hills Have Eyes, I think.
Really
They
good.
did the remake. That one was dope.
That one's fucking good too.
Anytime you got a team, it's some good shit.
We're gonna be reviewing Radio Silence's Abigail. It's well, I mean, I don't think it's a spoiler to say this. It's a vampire movie. It was kind of spoiled in the trailer. And we're gonna be discussing it in full right now. If you don't want to be spoiled or you haven't seen the movie, I would advise you to peace out.
And if you watch the trailer, it doesn't matter.
It really doesn't matter. Yeah. I would argue I've seen a lot of complaints online of people being like, the trailer ruined the hook of the movie. Which, yes, I agree. But then I started thinking to myself, though, how the fuck would you advertise this if you couldn't? Because I know it's a twist, but it's the plot of the movie.
Kidnapping a child.
Yes, then it just looks like a generic kidnapping movie, unless you play with that later, right? In the trailer where you show them kidnapping the kid and they're like, you won't believe the big twist of what this is, and never reveal. No studio would ever do that again.
All the conservatives would be like, that's your movie about the taking of the adrenochrome.
It's a Pizzagate movie. Taking these kids. About the adrenochrome.
Is that what it's called? That weird shit.
What is adrenochrome? Hang on.
I think it's supposed to be like when a child is afraid. My friend is a doctor and he explained it to me, and he also said it's total bullshit.
Oh,
but the theory
is
it's
a chemical compound produced by the oxidation of adrenaline, also known as epinephrine. It's like an
adrenochrome.
Is that the shit that's in the EpiPen?
I don't know.
Adrenochrome. I
I guess
how
we
you
have
say
to
it.
slaughter a child and find out.
You spin it like a trailer park guy. Adrenochrome.
Adrenochromes.
You kind of say it the way that the guy New York City, those guys, Ace Bacani, they make this stuff here in New York City. Adrenochrome. That's how it sounds. Mark, I'm gonna start with you because I'm gonna say something up top. Without giving too much away right away. Did you like this movie? Because if you did, I would love for you to start because I'm a little mixed on it. I'm gonna be honest.
Since you want me to go first, I think you and I may be in alignment. We'll see how it turns out. But I started to like this movie. And then I thought it started as it progressed, the story and characters got weaker and weaker. The decisions they made absolutely no sense. It kind of countered their behavior from the beginning. And the girl that plays the vampire is she's an amazing actor. But unfortunately, I think the script ruined her character toward the end because am I allowed to give stuff away just yet?
Let's just do it because I'm going to tell people Mark is right. I'm pretty much in lockstep with everything you're saying. This started off so strong And then I agree it's all the script's problem too, because
Yeah.
the cast is great.
Everyone in the cast I loved. Yeah.
I loved them all, especially Abigail, the titular vampire, is great. However, they hype her up through the movie as this fucking force of nature. But by the end of the movie, the script kind of neuters her and turns her back into like a useless little kid that needs help.
Yeah.
So I didn't understand what the point. It kind of like retroactively made all that crap that came before it sort of null and void.
She's no longer badass toward the end. And the other thing too is like, she's like, I need help. But when you watch it, she does the help that the other character provides is so minimal. And also,
minimal.
It's sort of like she talks about, he's like, I learned all the cool vampire powers. They took forever. And the only one she really does is she can control another person. There's no other super cool powers. Like, what are these other powers that are cool? We've only seen really just one. And of course, all the other vampire abilities that have been in movies forever. So it's sort of like there was nothing really unique about her except for maybe the teeth. The way she suddenly decides that she's like, she starts off as this manipulative. I preferred it when she was a manipulative badass at the beginning, but toward the end, she suddenly has to have a heart, and then she has to give motherly advice. That part annoyed me to no end. It was like, all you have to do is just spend time with your children. I was like, shut the fuck up. You're a vampire.
What do you care?
She manipulated all these other people and tricked them and killed and slaughtered them.
Not only
horribly.
that, she hates all
humanity.
Makes no
sense.
She literally calls them meat sacks.
Yeah.
She doesn't give a shit. And then at the end of the movie, it's like a complete 180. I usually am not this person. I'm not a CinemaSins person that's like, oh, well, clearly, why didn't you just stop the guys and call the police? Because then, like, every movie would be completely moot, right?
Yeah.
But here's the problem. I do think you have to have some believability in the fiction of your movie so that character logic things check out. I don't want to say make sense, because movies, to me, don't have to make sense. It's just there needs to be some plausibility in the choices your characters make and the outcome of those choices. And here, I'm sorry,
consistency.
But they build up this character so much. There's a point in the movie where they're like, the two survivors who are left, they have the vampire knocked out. They could easily have beheaded her, killed her, and moved on. And they don't. At that point, I kind of gave up on the movie, because that was the point where it was one nonsensical twist after another where it was like, well, now this person's going to be a vampire. Well, they're going to trade, and now this other person's going to get bitten, and they're going to be in control. And it lost all meaning for me.
The other thing that was really stupid, too, was like, the door is locked. And then she's like, I need help getting out. So we wasted like 15 minutes with this, like, I need help getting out of this cage, only for her to just blow it open.
Yes.
What was the point of that?
And
there
I guess
could have been way better twists. And I kind of, it's sort of like, the one thing I thought would happen is you have this awesome mansion. They all get locked in, and it should be this like cat and mouse game. For the most part, it's just people talking in different rooms, and there's really no suspense. I didn't feel any horror. I didn't feel the only time I really felt anything sort of that made it scary was probably when, the guy, the driver, the guy that's always high. Angus Cloud, when he gets killed. That scene is crazy. And also the scene with her dancing with the body is cool.
That was great. Then, I was going to say,
then it's like you have these really cool moments. And then as you watch the movie, you realize like, that's the best it got.
Yes, that was it. And it's completely, yes, I would argue the two best moments of this movie are unrelated to the plot and are strictly cool because of style. I'm right there with you. My favorite bit was Abigail puppeteering Catherine Newton, the blonde girl, and that way that was cool. Cut together where she's basically Abigail, the new hot thing for peep in your horror movie. But Mithrigan did it better. But the new hot thing is to have a kid who dances around in your horror movie. That's the new hot trend. Let me tell you, Mithrigan kicks Abigail's ass all day and all night long. But
oh yeah, for sure.
Abigail does ballet, right? So there is this cool sequence where when she's puppeteering Catherine Newton, she is also doing ballet at the same time, and they're cross-cutting it with it's actually a really cool Danzig song. I forget the name. But it just feels really good, and the sequence is really cool, and the movie kind of wakes up all of a sudden. You're like, whoa, who's directing this?
Yeah.
Right? Because Mark, to your credit, dude, you're absolutely right. Like, it's not a cat and mouse thriller. It's people talking at each other, and then Abigail can kind of just go wherever she wants. That's the other thing. It's like you never feel any suspense because she can just be wherever the script needs her to be.
And there's also no fear because it's like the people are as great of a cast as it is, when they're by themselves or when they're conversing with each other, there's never any sort of dread. They all feel like it almost feels like they've seen this before. And I was like, if this is the first time, because I'm assuming in this movie, vampires are, I guess, they're not really part of society like they are in like.
Right. Well, they show you that everything they know, they're like guessing. Well, what are the rules? That was the by the way, that was the second thing I liked, was the idea of them being like, well, what are the rules? And the rules not being spelled out, them having to guess.
Yeah.
And simple shit like crucifixes and stakes not working, I thought was really cool. And the idea that sunlight did, obviously.
Yeah. I like the garlic when she brought the onions. I thought that was super funny.
Great joke.
That was a good joke. Yeah.
That was a good joke. But then, all right, as solid as that joke was, you know what joke didn't fucking work? And you could tell they thought it was going to land like fucking gangbusters. They were like, oh, I'm a regular Conan O'Brien here. Was the bit where they're on the comms and the big guy screams and they're like, what's the matter? And they cut back to him and he's like, I got a splinter. It's really big.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, did you laugh at that, Mark?
You know what? I think in my head, I was like, that was kind of funny. But I wasn't like,
it's the kind of thing you read on a page and go, well, that's cute. If it plays well, and I'm here to tell you it doesn't. It was just like, it fucking died on the vine. Like, I'm telling you, when that joke happened at my house, it was radio silence. There was no reaction. There was fucking nothing, okay?
Dude, that's a great callback.
That's how you do it, radio silence. That's how a fucking joke works. But like, I'm with you, man. Let's talk a bit about what the setup of this movie is, because I actually think the setup is the thing that works.
The setup and reveal are great.
Of criminals. You're kind of getting the idea that some of them have worked together before, but some of them haven't. It feels very much like, I know this is controversial.
It's almost Guy Ritchie-esque.
Our buddy Guy Ritchie. I was going to say it feels like Usual Suspects, where it's like some guys are tough guys who kind of know each other, and some guys are brand new, and they're like, that everybody wants to be an asshole to the new guy because they're like, fuck you, we don't know you. And the dynamics are there. There's kind of this underworld, this criminal underworld that we're kind of aware of, and it's cooler the less you know about it, right? Mystique goes a long way for that kind of stuff. And you've got a great cast lineup. You've got Dan Stevens, who's kind of like the leader. Who's fucking great. You've got, what's her face, Melissa Barrera from the Scream movies. Well, not anymore. She's not any more Scream movies. The less said about that, the better. Womp womp. You've also got the kid, Angus Cloud, rest in peace. You got that kid.
He's actually really good as that.
He's
character,
really fucking good.
But I'm assuming he's playing himself.
I think that's all that guy can play. I'm not being rude. I think that's literally what that guy does. Kevin Durand from My Lost People. That guy is in it. Catherine Newton, who I just saw in Lisa Frankenstein, another Universally monster movie. Kind of funny that she's in 2 of these now. And there's one more. Oh, there's the sniper guy, the military guy I'd never seen before. And they set up this really cool thing. I actually like this. This is where it kind of reminded me of Usual Suspects. It was like they each have code names, and the code names are based off the Rat Pack. So it's like Frank, Dean, Sammy.
Very Tarantino-esque.
I see. I thought it was very Usual Suspects. Like it seemed like
Mr. Brown.
Yeah. Oh yeah, like Reservoir Dogs. Yeah.
I don't want to be Mr. Shit.
It kind of reminded me of like it had this cool kind of Usual Suspects where it was like not as clever as Tarantino, but it was like Tarantino adjacent.
Yeah. By the way,
Right?
did you the one other joke that I did enjoy was when he finally got the Rat Pack, and
That
it was
was
only
funny.
way later, and I get the feeling they threw that in for, I guess, younger audience members who sort of knew, and then
Who,
they
like, didn't know,
finally, as if Don Rickles wasn't a big clue enough, but I thought that was pretty funny.
I agree. That joke did land. And I also really liked the way it's also all Giancarlo Esposito is so goddamn good. But
He's good,
I love
he's underutilized.
He's so underutilized. But his delivery, once he assigns them the code names, his delivery of good night, my pack of rats, to get away from not only saying Rat Pack to set up that joke you're talking about, but to also kind of underhandedly tell you, the audience, hey, like a pack of rats who are about to flee a ship, we're locking you in. Which I actually thought was kind of cool.
rats in the movie.
And there's a rat in the movie. Dude, okay, so now that setup's there, they kidnap the little girl, you've all seen the trailer. And that's the other problem. I don't want to be this guy, because you know I like trailers. We've gone on records. I like trailers. Mark does not like trailers. And Mark, I wish I was more like you for this movie, because I think this movie is way more effective if you've never seen the trailer.
Exactly.
Because to me, I was ticking away the first 30 minutes going, okay, all this setup is in vain, because I know the big gotcha is coming and I know what it is. So all we're doing is wasting time. Like, I wanted them to get to the then she's a vampire quicker so we could get on with the movie. Did you feel that way?
Well, see that here's the thing is I do like trailers, but I like good trailers. You know, the ones that are a bit vague, but they give you a little.
They're more
bit
like
of detail.
tone poems, less about the
sort of like,
story.
Yeah, like sort of like if you see the Furiosa trailer or the Mad Max trailers, you kind of just got an idea of what the world was like. But as far as the story,
Mark's getting ready for Furiosa,
away.
baby. You got Mad Max on the brain. I can tell.
I got my Dolby tickets and my IMAX tickets, buddy.
I'm seeing every format, baby.
Watch it
every
suck, and I'm like, fuck.
You go, fuck. Okay, I'll still go tomorrow night. It's fine. You still show up.
Okay. Yeah. But so what happens, I think, is when you have a bad trailer that kind of gives the entire movie away, which I fucking hate.
Agreed.
Then you start, I feel as though when you get a bad trailer, because as you're watching the movie, you start doing the trailer checklist. You know what I mean? Like,
yep.
Oh, that scene's done.
They're like, where's that shot?
That scene's done.
Yep.
So that means now we're going to move on to this section. And then once you either fall into that section that you like, maybe you stop thinking about the trailer. But the only problem is, as you're watching that section, then sometimes your brain will be like, remember that part of the trailer? That's coming up soon. Yep. So then you're just anticipating this next scene. So that's the reason why I thought that the trailer definitely ruined the movie for me.
Yes.
However, because I have a bad memory, I was watching and I was like, oh, what the fuck is this movie about? Because I had seen the trailer like a long time ago, and I was like, oh, cool. It's like a heist
so the
movie.
twist still worked on you.
It has Dan Stevens, but you know what? Because like there's a little bug in my brain, I was like, this sounds really familiar. And then I was like, she's a vampire. And I was like, fuck.
You remembered about a minute before it happened and you were like, yeah, damn it.
But I think there is that fine line. Like, I agree with you. Like, how do you present this movie without spoiling that reveal?
You need to do, like, remember in the 90s, our teasers were, because they had the In a World. They had that guy. And it was all text cards and, like, kind of stock footage of like doves flying and lightning striking the ground, and you'd be like, what the fuck is this? And it would be like, coming next year, Suburban Commando starring Hulk Hogan. And you'd be like, that was for Suburban Commando? It would always be some movie you'd be like, what the fuck is this? Media Man starring Robert Townsend. That's a deep cut. We need to go back to that sort of trailer making, especially if your movie hinges on a hook. Like, you know what's a good example, I think, of a new trailer that is a very hooky movie that they have managed to kind of keep intact is the not the new Shyamalan. His daughter made a movie called Watchers. And it's with Dakota Fanning. And that movie, it feels like a Shyamalan movie. But that trailer is very good at hiding exactly what the hook is. And it's showing you just enough to get you interested, and that's it. And to me, I'm like, God damn, why couldn't the Abigail trailer have been cut by that team? Right? That would have been way better.
It got cut by the team that was like, how about we just make a really small Cliff Notes version of the movie?
Right. Exactly.
There's so many. By the way, are there movies where if the trailer gives away too much, you lose any sort of
not with big blockbuster movies, but if it's like a drama or a comedy, I find that comedies always fall victim to this because I've seen the 10 best jokes out of the movie. Yeah. Then I will bypass it because I'm like, I've seen all the jokes. I'm not going to sit here and fucking pretend to laugh for just for your benefit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this isn't funny to me. The cat's been let out of the bag. But if it's for like a big blockbuster thing, you know, I'll make it up. Like, to me, I haven't seen that new Planet of the Apes movie yet. I want to, but those trailers show a lot. And I personally don't care. Like, I'll still go see it because I like the franchise and because I just want to see a big movie, right? But something
spoiler alert, it's awesome.
That's what I've heard, right? But yeah, Mark, there you go. Mark approves the new Apes movie. But something
I'll
like
tell you though, that trailer, because I've seen it, just so you know, it doesn't really give too much away, which is pretty cool.
Okay, that's good. Because now I'm going to bring up an example of something, another movie I haven't seen. I'm behind on my new releases, everybody. I'm sorry. I want to see The Fall Guy, but you know what I'm nervous about? I feel like I've seen every fucking joke in that movie. So I almost want to wait on The Fall Guy for it to come out on streaming. So maybe I get some distance and I don't remember the jokes as well. Because right now I can tell you exactly the beats of that trailer. And I read a great thing on Letterboxd. I follow this director I really like. His name is Joe Lynch. And he doesn't make great movies, but I like him as a personality. He's very fun to follow. He's one of these kind of guys. And I read his review for Abigail, and I was just like, I'd like to just see what what famous people say about movies that they don't make. And he happened to be talking about Abigail, and he had a great comment about the trailer. Joe Lynch said, this was like trying to throw a surprise party, and the trailer editor for the movie showed up early and screamed, "Happy birthday," as the guy was walking in. And now there was no reason to scream surprise. Oh, and wow. I thought that was like a really fucking super nice way of putting it. Like, that's exactly what this does. It spoils it right away, and then you're left with nothing because the movie, the way it is structured, is it's all on that hook.
Well,
and, you're waiting.
The sad part is it's actually, from an effects perspective, from a production perspective, it's a gorgeous movie. It looks great. Editing is fantastic. Everything about it, it's a very well put together movie technically. And what sucks is that the script falls apart. Yes. But it is like there's a lot of positives to this movie, and it's really only like for me was like maybe the last maybe 30 minutes or so, just like it fell flat on its face. But you can still see the talent is there with everyone. It's just unfortunate that the script kind of like, it almost felt like they didn't know what to do with this character once it was revealed.
Yes.
So then it was just like, how about we just have all these conversations? Because that's like easier to write, I suppose. Right.
Well, also too, it's the Marvel way. We have to be quippy. We have to have people having conversations, and we have to see how clever everyone is. Like, we can't have a real moment where people would just be like, hey, I want to get the fuck out of here, and have that be enough, right?
Yeah.
I think it's this new style of screenwriting that I absolutely think works in a comic book, but does not work in a movie anymore. I think that feels dated already, and even the audiences, I think, are getting wise and being like, are we going to, how many quips till we get to the point, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of what it feels like to me.
At a certain point, especially with a movie that is supernatural in nature, it's sort of like, Last Voyage of the Demeter,
great fucking movie.
So
great
that
movie.
To me is like, if they had a script like that and applied it to this house, you would get those cool beats of suspense, and you would feel for the characters a lot more. I'll be honest, I mean, as much as I like the actors and their acting ability, I couldn't really connect with any of the characters to the degree that you should feel something when they die. And to me, I was just like, okay, that's one guy down. Oh, here's another guy.
The only two people I liked were the big guy, Kevin Durant, and Catherine Newton, the blonde.
Yeah. You know what sucks though? There was a missed opportunity. The way that I understand that she's supposed to be a puppet, right? But throughout the movie, Peter and that girl are developing a relationship to a point where he even says that he's her friend, right?
Yes.
But then when she's turned, there's no resistance to that. And I think it would have been a lot more impactful if there was some sort of resistance to that puppetry effect, so that you can see that they actually care about each other. But because that didn't really happen, when they both die eventually, it's sort of like, who cares?
Yeah, it's a foregone conclusion. The writing's already on the wall.
Yeah.
And that was, here's another thing I also want to diss on. I don't mean to keep dunking on this movie, but I was kind of really disappointed by it. As a horror, you know me, I love horror movies, man. It's my shit. I thought the kills in this were really ugly. I thought the gore effects were not cool, not pleasant to look at. There's no memorable kill. The only thing that's memorable about it is that bodies explode. But this same team, Radio Silence, did Ready or Not, which, spoiler alert, ends with that exact gag. So it's almost like why bother at this point? Like,
You know what
they're
it felt
using
like?
a lot of the same shit. They're even, restaging it in a mansion that feels like the mansion from Ready or Not.
Yeah.
Same thing, body exploded. And Ready or Not's a great movie, but it felt novel. And that was a movie that utilized the, hey, we're trapped in a mansion. Oh shit, there's suspense because we actually like the main character. We're rooting for her versus, hey, here's an ensemble of people that we are like, I don't care about these people.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, you start to care for them at first, but then as the movie progresses, they feel like lambs to the slaughter.
Yes.
So it's sort of like there's no real point in even getting to know these people because they're just gonna get killed.
I think we've talked about this before, but do you find that, like, okay, there's the one of the scenes, and it is a good scene. It's a good idea for a scene, is when Melissa Barrera kind of reads everybody in the room, and so you, the audience, get to hear a little bit about each person. I was connecting more to the characters when they were just having fun versus being told why I should care about their problems. Like, okay, you have a son. Okay, you used to have a drug problem. Like, to me, this is like our reality show thing we talk about where I'm like, I don't need your fucking pandering. I don't need to hear the sob story. I need to hear why you want to win. But like, I got more out of the moment where Catherine Newton and the big guy are playing quarters. And she's like, I like you. And they kind of start fucking around and laughing at each other.
Yeah.
And he's missing the shot on purpose. So he has to keep drinking because he just is like a drunk.
Yeah.
Like that, I think that's what we need. Like, you need to make your characters likable and for us to care. We just have to spend moments like that with them to like them. We don't need to have a character explicitly tell us, my son doesn't like me and I have a drug problem and that's why I'm here and you should root for me. It's reality show bullshit, except in a movie.
I totally agree with you because it was sort of like, you're right. You need the bonding moments between characters so you can actually care for them. Like when she's just crouched in a hallway, like calling her son and leaving a message, I was like, oh, I don't care.
And then also, they play that horrible joke where like the kid's like, hello? Gotcha, it's my voicemail. I'm like, no, kids don't have voicemails today, by the way. There's no way that kid would do that.
Robot lady that's like, voicemail, fool.
Exactly. They should have gone for that. She wants to leave this fucking emotional message for her son and it's voicemail full.
See, that to me would have been a way better joke.
That's a good joke.
The other thing too is like, if you're being stalked, do you really have the adrenaline, the excitement? You're really going to duck down and be like, I'm going to have this really long phone call to you probably want to actually try and escape.
Yes.
And because there are certain cases where that happens, but in a movie, when you want people to feel as though there's some sort of like, there's a vampire chasing her, she should be like, that conversation should either be her running. They shouldn't, if as soon as you have a character that takes time and is apparently in a safe place, you lose the momentum of the scares.
Well, again, it goes to the logic place. Then why don't you hide there all the time?
Yeah.
If we know the only thing that harms her is the needle with the drug, why aren't we giving her all the drugs we have and beheading her? I don't mean to be the logic police. I hate when people do that. This isn't that though. The movie sets it up so that there is clearly one path, and for them to not take it feels so dumb.
Yeah, I totally agree.
It just feels like sloppy writing. And the shitty thing is it wastes a good bad guy turn from Dan Stevens, who I thought was amazing. I love Dan Stevens. He was amazing in the movie.
Yeah.
But okay, when he finally is like, fuck this, I'm going to get, when Giancarlo Esposito is like, let me bite you.
Yeah.
And you and I can become the new head vampires and take over. Actually. I was like, that's great. But it wasn't when I was like, this is going to be awesome. But when it happened, it wasn't as fun all of a sudden. It was like, it was because they like undercut it with Abigail being like, I'm weak. I need you, Melissa Barrera, to help me from Dan Stevens.
You know what? Like, other things too.
You've been fucking hyped this whole movie. You're breaking through iron bars. You're a stone cold killer who toys with people. You have a reputation of ripping off heads. We saw a mass grave you left in the basement.
Yeah.
And now we're supposed to what? Feel like you're defenseless?
And it's this treatise on good parenting. Also,
yes.
The other thing too is like, have them team up. Dan Steven and what's his name? What was his character, by the way?
He was Frank.
No, the other guy.
What is it? You talking about John Lambert? Lambert.
Okay, name. Yeah. So when they team up, it would have been a cool moment because okay, this movie also is here's another wasted opportunity. They build up her father as being like, oh, he's this guy that's like, he's scary, everything. Ooh, we got to get away from him. As soon as he shows up for like a split second and he has a bit of compassion and he kisses her hand, that should have been a fight scene between all three of them just duking it out with this
or
guy.
a gotcha. At that
arrived.
moment, I wanted it to be like a fake out where he kisses the hand and then he ripped Melissa Barrera's head off. That would have been memorable. Also, I want to point out, you guys know I'm a classic Universal Monster guy. So Abigail does have some presence in earlier Dracula movies, at least in name only. She's always Dracula's daughter. If Dracula has a daughter, her name is always Abigail. So I kept waiting for the big reveal to be, it's obviously Dracula, but in this movie they call him Lazar. I kept waiting for it to clearly be Dracula, like the cape and the, like, not this, but like the way that Nick Cage looks in Renfield when he shows up.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted. I was like, fuck it. Let's just bring it home. If that's who she is, that's who she clearly is. Like, the original version, I believe, of this script is called Dracula's Daughter, which is even more of a fuck you to the plot.
Did they not have like any? Did they lose the rights to it?
Maybe they couldn't. That's what I thought. Maybe they couldn't say it, or Universal was looking at the movie that they got and said, "You know what? You can't call him that because we don't want to be. We're trying to do some other cool stuff with Dracula, like in our parks, and we don't need this kind of bad publicity. Just call him something else."
What if they could only get the rights for Blackula and that guy shows up at the end? How cool would that be?
That would be fucking awesome if it was the real Black dude. Oh, missed opportunity. Giancarlo Esposito could have been Blackula. That would have been amazing. Either that or they go the extra mile. They're like, this is my father. He's a physician. Dr. Acula. It's okay. My dad's a doctor. Dr. Acula. And it's Giancarlo Esposito, but in like a fucking white lab coat. You know what I mean? With like a stethoscope. That would have been dude. If it was Blackula, what a move! That would have been amazing.
This would have been a way better movie. But the thing is, it's like, did you feel as though when you finally saw him, he was just there to like button everything up, and then that's the other thing too. It's like, from the vampire's perspective, why are you have a swimming pool full of fucking bodies. They all had family members and they probably had kids and all this shit. Why does she get to go? And doesn't that expose your whole secret society?
Yes.
And this your daughter that's just there killing people in a mansion.
Wouldn't you be living your life looking over your shoulder being like, anytime, because we've been told,
and she says she knows the name of her kid,
the name of her child. She has a reputation for like, how did you kill the guys on the 27th floor? Because she could fucking fly, because she's a vampire. Dude, I would be scared every second of every day, right? Like, that would have been an ending too, kind of in that It Follows way. Like, I can never lead a normal life ever again. Oh my god, my life is in fear now because I got out and these fucking vampires can find me anytime. No. It's just like, I let you out because you're a good person, and goodbye, and forget about all the shit we established before. Forget about all the bodies in the basement. I like you. Goodbye.
Yeah.
What?
It's sort of like, and the other thing too is it's sort of that whole pinky promise thing.
Oh,
here's the thing. It's like, okay, I could sort of see it working, but there's a part in the movie where she's clearly like, she's like doesn't like Abigail. She understands what she is. She's shit talking her in front of her face. She's got a gun on her. Then all of a sudden, just because she raises her pinky like this, and somehow there's like this kind of mother-daughter relationship where we as the audience are supposed to just accept it like that.
We're supposed to feel. I felt nothing in that moment. Yeah, that reveal where the pinky came up, I was like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah, that totally fell flat. And I think it's because everything starts to contradict itself toward the end.
Yes.
So you as an audience member are not going to buy any of this stuff.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I got distracted because my fucking podcast cat. I'm gonna have to start putting fucking towels under the doors. I'm gonna have to start like sequestering him in another room
by accident.
Yeah. There's no airflow, dude. There's no airflow in here to fucking begin with. Okay. So then to fucking just cut off what little airflow I have with the slip under the door, so the podcast cat does not terrorize this fucking show. Jesus. Summer, as it becomes summer, summer always gets harder to do this show because it gets hotter in the studio, and we have the podcast cat who is like a terrorist. He
and
just will not leave me
allergies.
alone. And well, thankfully, once summer kicks in, it'll burn some of those allergies off. I can't wait for summer, dude. I want to
Yes,
stop
please.
taking so much goddamn Claritin. So I
It's like
apologize,
you're taking
ladies and gentlemen.
drugs, but they're not fun drugs. It's like, this just makes
Yeah.
my nose stop running, and then I
It
fall
makes me
asleep.
retroactively hate good drugs. I'm like, I don't want to take anything because I'm on drugs all the time and I don't give a shit. Yeah, I hate this now. I'm a Mormon. I'm just a Mormon now. That's what I do.
No
I
caffeine
apologize
and
to our
drugs.
listeners if you heard the podcast cat for like the last 3 minutes because I don't know what happened.
That was
He was
pretty
like
funny.
he was like
Actually-
sticking his snout under the door and he's like, eh, eh. He's also pissed at me because I went away. You know what I mean? Like, you go
Oh,
away for a
shit.
weekend, you come back, the cat's like, hey, fuck you. You went
Where's
away.
my pets, and then
Where's
you
my
kick
pets?
the cat out of the room.
Where's my food? Now you're doing your goddamn show. You kicking me out? Yeah, he's like, fuck you, fatty. Go back to Phat Beach.
Phat Beach. That's like in Dark City. You know how to get to Phat Beach?
Do you know the way to Phat Beach? I can't remember. Yeah, we went. They show the postcards. We went there. We go there all the time when you were a kid. Phat Beach. Wasn't there a movie called Phat Beach, but with a PH? Phat Beach.
What? Hold on, I'm gonna look that up.
Before Soul
Phat
Plane,
Beach.
there was a movie called Phat Beach.
Oh, I hope this is
PHAT,
real.
Phat Beach. And it
Oh
was like,
shit!
am
wow,
I right?
dude? 1996.
That's
Phat
it.
Beach.
Phat
This movie
Beach.
looks like it was shot on VHS.
That's okay. I'd rather.
wait, Matt. Please look it up now on
And
IMDb
pull it up for everybody.
and look at the poster. The poster is freaking hilarious.
wait. Phat Beach. No, not the
The
soundtrack.
guy even has a T-shirt on the
That-
cover at
Does it
Phat
say?
Beach.
Wait, let's show the people at home. Hang on, I'm gonna share my screen.
It's
By the
probably
way,
whatever you're thinking.
I
it is
would
is what
rather
it is.
fucking watch Phat Beach than watch Abigail. Holy shit, Coolio's in this? Ain't nothing but a G-string.
This movie would not do well today. You like? He has a CD radio. That's the radio you use.
That's what we were
Matt.
talking about. That's the exact. That's the setup. That's the setup I had in Carmel. That's it. That's me hanging out on Phat Beach.
with your high tops on.
Dude, that's me. And cool, maybe
Holy
cool. No,
shit.
Coolio's not there. Coolio's a ghost now. Maybe I look out on the ocean and see the ghost of Coolio.
That actually looks like the ghost of Coolio though, because look, he's slightly faded.
Oh
towards
yeah,
the
yeah,
back.
dude. You could see him. You could see him in the waves. You're like, is that a ghost? It's Coolio.
He's like approves of what you're wearing. He's like, I approve.
I'm Coolio and I approve this message. Dude, this is okay. We talked about earlier about how not to spoil your movie. Just release a poster like this, even if it's not Phat Beach. It could just say like
Abigail 2.
Abigail 2, and it could have like a bunch of like stock models in bikinis, the ghost of Coolio, and you're like, okay, I don't know what this is, but I guess we'll watch it. You know, usually with our horror movies, we do favorite kill, but
Which
I'm
exploding body that was
Yeah.
copy and pasted did you enjoy best, Matt?
I'm gonna say the Dan Stevens copy paste exploding body.
You know what? By the way, you know what makes it shitty? It's like a generic. It's almost like they PG-13 it last minute. They're like, "How about it's just like a Jello explosion?" You don't see limbs. You don't see bones.
No.
It's just an inordinate amount of blood and like slop.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. It doesn't even look good. Like it's
The
not
only-
fun to look at. You're just like, this just looks like brown.
Yeah. Did someone explode into diarrhea? But you know what the thing is? It's like the best kill, if you were to ask me, I'd say probably when the guy gets beheaded, but you don't
Yeah.
even see that.
Yeah. It's a great discovery. I also loved the
what was
the
your
mass
favorite
grave.
discovery in this movie?
That sounds so pretentious. Like if you're watching like a lesbian drama on the Criterion Channel. What was your favorite sexual discovery in the movie? Who was your favorite pair who
You have to
discovered each
nose
other's
breathe into
bodies?
the.
What was your favorite lesbian discovery moment in PHAT Beach? It was lesbian Coolio. It was
Oh my god!
lesbian Coolio.
No sense.
I'm imagining a lesbian who dresses like Coolio.
I was just thinking it was just Coolio with a Subaru.
It's still just Coolio. It's just Coolio, but with a Subaru. That's it. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, this was not good, folks. It was not.
I'm kind of glad. This is one of the few occasions where I was just like, I'm so glad I didn't go to the theater to see
Oh
this.
my god, me too. I skipped it in the theater because I was like, you know what? I have a hunch we're gonna cover this for the show, and I just could not bring myself to like leave my house. I was like, we'll watch this at home. Who gives? Like, did you really need to see this on a giant screen with an audience? No,
No, not at
no
all.
way, dude.
I would if you really want to watch this movie, just watch it at home.
Yeah,
Like
basically,
you're gonna get COVID going to the theater for this movie.
just wait. I would
And
wait.
sit in someone's buttered popcorn. It's like, I fucking stained my pants for this
Yeah.
movie.
I would wait honestly until this comes to Peacock, like, and then you can watch it for free
Next
just
week.
Watch it. Yeah, just give it a couple weeks. It'll be there on Peacock for free. This is, by the way, the second year in a row that Universal has released like a kind of a retro-y monster movie at this time of year. Because this time last year was Renfield, and I didn't. And if listeners remember, I didn't love Renfield, even though it had my buddy Nick Cage in it. But I'm going to tell you, Renfield is a better movie than Abigail.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
By a mile.
At least
by a
you
mile.
like the characters and enjoy their interaction.
I at least had a good time. I was like, hey,
There-
there are
oh.
things I liked.
Action and kills way better in Renfield.
And at the end of the day, you still get Nick Cage as Dracula, and he's fucking excellent in it.
And it's worth it just for that one black and white scene too. Holy
Yes,
shit.
that was
That
great.
throwback scene.
See, man, in 2 weeks, I'm going to be like, hey, Mark, what was your favorite scene in Abigail? And you're not going to remember shit.
I'm gonna be like, what? We reviewed that? You know, my dumbass.
Who's Abigail?
Who are you? I just show up on the show like, why am I here?
So there you go. I'm going to tell you guys, I do not recommend Abigail. I don't recommend you waste your time. In fact, I would argue even if you could see it for free, you may just want to skip. I'm not kidding. What about you?
Wow.
Would you recommend this at all?
Oh man, like I said, I do like. It's one of those. It's a weird thing. It's like, as much as I want to recommend it, the last part of it is just makes it completely not worth recommending. I wouldn't want someone to. Here's the problem. If I recommend someone see this movie, I don't want them to get their hopes up and then just wind up with a shitty movie at the end. So
Yeah,
it's like,
don't waste
I
your
can't.
time.
Yeah,
You have a limited amount of time on planet Earth.
go see Planet of the Apes.
Go watch Apes. Go watch PHAT Beach.
Yeah.
Go watch anything else. I'm so disappointed
I'm
because
totally
you know
gonna
me.
watch Fat Beach now.
I love monster stuff. I love horror, and I was really excited for this. This is now the second new horror movie in a row that has disappointed me. Late Night with the Devil, and now Abigail. I'm like, fuck, man. I
What was
gotta
that
see a good one.
imaginary one with that bear that you saw? Was
Another
that-
shitty one. Yeah, that one was bad too. This has not been a good year for horror so far. But I'm holding out hope. We've got some good stuff coming down the
Tarot,
pipe.
too.
Oh my god, I saw Tarot and it was fucking awful. It was awful.
Damn. Is it? By the way, are you feeling? Wow, actually, you've seen quite a bit of horror movies.
That's what
and
I'm
it's
saying,
Really
yeah, I've
not
seen-
even peak horror time, correct?
I know, yeah. I've seen a lot of horror and none of it good.
Well, you know, let's put it this way. Hopefully, they're getting the shit out of the way and saving
can
the
get some
good
good
stuff
ones.
for later. Yeah.
I have kind of some optimism about The Strangers Chapter 1. only because
That
it's our
actually
boy
looks-
Rennie Harlan, and I like those Strangers movies. But you know what? There's another thing. I've seen the trailer now, and you know what I hate? They reprised the line from the original Strangers. Why are you doing this? And then in that movie, she says, because you were home. In this movie, they changed it slightly. Because you're here, which is not as effective. And also, I'm like, do these people only speak in catchphrases? Why are they repeating the same exact fucking nonsense that they did before? It seems weird. So little shit like that makes me a little trepidatious about it.
Do you think they just do it as a like, it's like, here's the little nod for the people that saw the
I
other
don't
one.
even think it's a nod. I'm gonna be jaded as fuck right now. I think an executive at that studio. Yeah, I think an executive at that studio said, you know what we need to include? That's an awesome line from that one, and we should put it in this one. Well, we can't just take the exact line. Oh, okay. So let's have it, but let's slightly change it so it's our own. And they made it worse. That's 100% what happened, because they were like, we need a cool trailer moment. Let's just steal that.
Yeah, there's something about the difference between here and home is dramatic.
It's bad.
It's
Because
almost
you
like
were
that
home.
Batman one line that I sent you.
Yeah. No, I came back to fight you.
How it cuts when both his arms cartoonishly move up like this.
The more I think about those Nolan Batman movies, the more I'm like, we were really bamboozled as a nation when we thought those were amazing. These are the best movies I've ever seen.
I've been telling people that for years. There's like a huge difference between when I saw the first Batman with the Tim Burton one with my family, as opposed to that other one where like, why is everyone growling and I don't understand a word they're saying? The script makes no sense.
Why is this 3 hours long, Mom?
It's like everything looks like real life. It's like, this doesn't look like
Tim
Gotham
Burton
City.
was like, I could make a Batman movie in less than 2 hours, make you love it. You'll want all Batman shit on your clothes. You'll want video games and cartoons. And
You'll
Chris
actually
Nolan's
like Batman.
I'll need 3 hours to make a dense drama where you can't understand what anyone is saying. You're gonna love it.
But people do, so I don't know.
People do.
What
Maybe
the
we're
hell's
just the
wrong with
two
us?
jerks. Yeah, we're
Yeah.
just the two jerks.
Watching like Clint Eastwood movies.
Mark, I'm sorry we watched Abigail.
Yeah. Oh well.
Mithrigan did it better. Mithrigan would kick Abigail's ass all over town, and she has a better dance.
I think if we hadn't seen better movies, this one could have been okay. But it's like when you watch a lot of horror films, and you're not to sound like a pretentious asshole, but when you see good movies, your standards just naturally increase.
Yep.
You cannot not compare it to other stuff that's better.
Yeah, or if you're having fun with other stuff, like I've been discovering a lot of Italian horror lately because we talked about this on our Get Wrecked, but talking about the films of Michele Soavi, and I just watched Demons, directed by Lamberto Bava, I believe is his name, and that was fucking fun. And I was like, man, I wish more horror movies were fun. I miss the crazy 80s and 90s where it was like, fuck serious. Our horror movies are balls to the wall insanity. You could get on board or get the fuck out of the way. Like, Demons is awesome. I loved it.
I can't wait to see that.
It'll be coming up on my Get Wrecked for sure. But anyway, that's it for us. There's not much else to say about Abigail, folks. It was kind of a lost cause.
Can I say one thing?
Yeah, go for it.
If you instead of watching this movie, if you want something that's similar vein, that's awesome, watch Evil Dead Rise. That
Great
to
fucking
me
movie.
Is a way better trapped in a building movie than this one is.
So
this
is Ready or Not by the
Yeah.
same directors. Actually, you could probably get the same location. It looked like the same exact fucking
They
house.
just set dressed it
If you want the same location and the same exploding body effect, but you want this good version, go watch Ready or Not. That movie. Have you seen that movie? That movie's great.
No, I haven't. I don't
Great
think I
fucking
have.
movie. Great movie. So there you go. That's it for us. We'll be back next week. I don't know what we're reviewing yet. Keep an eye on our socials. We'll let you know. We're out of here. Peace.
Peace.